Hello. Have you ever heard of Ground Branch? What is Ground Branch? It's a covert organization. CISA, 24th STS, SAD, PAG, SOG, Special Operations Group. You need to find a movie titled Mile 22. The same guy in that movie, Mark Wahlberg, he's the same one who pushed the cover-up on the actual CIA agents who did the Boston Marathon bombing, and they used them two brothers as patsies. They murdered one of them and shot him through the back when he was standing up surrendering. Thought he was part of the team, but they just used them two brothers and tried to murder both of them. And the other one, he's really messed up, still locked up. And the same movie, or a different movie, called Mile 22, Mark Wahlberg's in that, and in that movie, there are people who is pushing the hijackers for 9/11. So these movies are using mind control and subliminal messaging to try to get the moviegoers, the movie buffs, to believe all of these lies that our government is doing. Didn't George Bush say we will direct every tool of intelligence until there is no place of refuge? Didn't Trump say the real abilities that we have, this is something that nobody can understand? Can you say 5G and 60G frequencies and direct energy weapons? Didn't Trump say indefinite detention to any who resist or dominate you to death? Trump, friends with Obama and the Clintons, kin to Hillary, is a direct descendant of Hakon, Hakon the Fifth, King of Norway. Icelandic genealogist Odur F. Helgason, 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 traced Trump's lineage. Trump is related to Queen Margrethe II of Denmark and Icelandic President Gudini, Gudni, the Johannesson of Iceland. Donald Trump means son of Norway. The Icelandic genealogist is one of Iceland's most prominent genealogists, and he is the president of ORG, Genealogist Service in Reykjavik, and that's Reykjavik. Hakon, Hakon, King of Norway, reigned from just after the Crusades, when Switzerland was founded, he ruled from 1299, his rule started about 8 years after Switzerland was founded with the treasury of the Templars. And they started the first banks of the whole entire earth. And he ruled until 1319. I'm going to add a video onto this right here, and I want y'all to watch it. Y'all are not watching the videos all the way through. You're fucking dumbasses, man. You're missing some truth. You're missing some facts. I got no sympathy for you people. There's a woman who lives in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Her name is Candida Luster. Candida Luster. Her and a sidekick, another crack addict, friend of hers, came to my house and stole a 44 Bulldog, Charter Arms, out of my house. They stole a couple of flashlights and a couple of knives, a 10-mile laser. They stole a bunch of stuff. She is a police informant by her own admission, both on Facebook and to me personally. She's a police informant around Poplar Bluff, Missouri, so she can get away with anything, stealing or what. I have a neighbor named Steve. I gave him $650 in $50 bills because he thought he had located the 44 that was stolen from me. He said the man wanted $550 for it. I gave him $650 because I was going to give him $200 as a finder's fee. But he took my $500 and went with a guy in a a black minivan, and the license plate on the black minivan is LD4S5S. It has an emblem in the back window with wings on it, like angel wings or bird wings, in loving memory of Tammy S. Morey, Morey, 1969 to 2016. The reason I'm saying this is because the man who drives that black minivan is the one who worked with Steve, one of my neighbors, to swap my $650 in $50 bills for counterfeit $50 bills. I contacted the Treasury, I contacted the local Butler County Sheriff's Office, and I don't know, they're probably trying to dig up some dirt on me from Virginia for a trespassing thing. I am not going to these maritime courts. There are 4 torts in the Constitution, and that is harm, thievery, sorry I don't know these things right straight off, harm, damage, loss, or injury to a competent person who can take the stand. They trumped up a trespassing charge on me because I was in research and they wanted to put me in a loony house. And the trespassing charge is bullshit. And so I think the boys here around Butler County are trying to dig up some fucking dirt on me. But I don't know whether they're too afraid to come to my house and collect the counterfeit money and to do something. When people are laundering $50 counterfeit bills in a small town like Poplar Bluff, somebody in the sheriff's department knows this shit's going on, folks. So I'm going to play a video now about Trump, and I want y'all to pay some fucking attention. Y'all think he's the greatest guy in the world? I'm telling you, he's a player. He's one of the Pharaonic aristocrats, and he is not your goddamn friend. You folks need to look up a little bit of stuff. Look up the 11th Amendment of the Constitution. They are taking you and charging you with crimes that are commercial under the color of law. You are not committing any tort of the 4 torts of the Constitution, which is harm, loss, damage, or injury. Everything else is commercial crimes for profit. Even the cops are not competent to testify against you in court because they're officers of a corporation. They're out to make money. They make money off you. The average cost to an incarceree in the United States now, we got about 10 million of 300 and some million people that are under supervision or they are confined by the judicial system. 10 million at an average cost of $50,000 a year per incarceree. $50,000 a year. 2 families. I've known 2 families with kids that lives on $50,000. Less. 2 families. That's around $25,000 per family. They pay their bills, they got a car, they send their kids to school. $50,000 for a 6x9 cell that I've been in one shared by 3 other guys. 4 people. That's against federal statutes and regulations and everything. It should be 1 person in a 6x9 cell. 1 person. When they put 4 people, they turn that cell from $50,000 a year to $200,000 a year for 1 6x9 cell. Whether there's 3, that's 15. That is 15,000. 50,000. That's 150,000 for 3 people to be in one of them cells per year. And they charge just like hospitals and everything else. Itemize everything. But I'm telling you, y'all need to look up because you're going into a maritime court playing a game with a bunch of corporate thieves and mercenaries and robbers. And I'm telling you right now, fuck you. You think you're going to get me in a goddamn court of law? I will have to be defenseless.
That's not fucking funny! That's not funny!
As I've proven you in my film, The Swiss Beast, Home of the Devil, we are being ruled by Pharaoh and his nobility. The biblical name of the Pharaonic nobility is the Pharisees. Pharisees as from Pharaoh, Pharisees as in Pharaoh's descendants. And Pharaoh Trump is one of them, which was genealogically proven in 2016, so 3 years ago, by the Icelandic genealogist Odur Helgason. You all see the octagon here. Watch my film Octagon, the Empire of Darkness. It's official now that Donald Trump is the direct descendant of Hakon V, King of Norway, who reigned from 1299, which is 8 years after the founding of Switzerland and the end of the Crusades, to 1319, always 13th century, and no castles from before the year 1000 in Europe. This is the Haunebu Viking lineage of Pharaoh, mixing with the Sea Peoples, who came before the big Pharaonic wave around the year 1000. Building all their castles, fighting us Europeans from the inside like a virus, after the Roman defeat by the Germanic tribes. So Trump, from his mother's so-called Scottish side, is also related to Queen Margrethe of Denmark. Iceland's President Johannesson to the Swedish and Norwegian royal families, to Godskalk the Cruel, to King James IV of Scotland, his direct forefather, and Trump is even related to Hillary Clinton, or also called Hillary Hinton, through their common ancestor, King Edward III. Hillary. From his father's side, Trump is from a German town called Kallstadt in the German Palatines, just like Obama from that area called Die Saarländische Schweiz, or the Swiss Saar. As in the Pharaonic word Sar, meaning the king, Pharaoh, as in a sarcophagus, as in the word Caesar, the king of Rome, as in Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. The Prince Charles, his official title is Tsar, meaning Son Altesse Royale, His Royal Highness. The Tsars in Russia, Sarkozy, the King of France. The word sir, yes sir, no sir, it's from Tsar, the king. Well, here he is, the Pharaoh. During the 30-year War from 1618 to 1648, the Swiss Nazi Templars murdered all the indigenous Germans and replaced them with the Swiss. Therefore, the name the Swiss Saar, or Saarland, where also the Stasi butcher Erich Honecker, whom you can see here, was from, and many others. So go watch this film here about it. The title is under this thing here.